Hey everyone, welcome back. So as you saw in my last video, we reacted to some of the new cards and then we reacted to Rise Champion Reveal. Today, we're going to be reacting to another batch of the new cards and we're going to focus also on the Aatrox reveal. I ended up having to split the video into three because I ended up having like a super long video when I reacted to everything. And I put a poll out in my channel and most of you seem to agree that the 3 videos into a shorter format is probably better. So that's why you're going to have the second version of the video in right now. We're going to again discuss a second batch of the new cards. And then you're going to have Aatrox towards the end. And then in about 6-8 hours or so, you're going to get the last video, which is going to discuss the last batch of new cards and then Kale. So hope you all enjoy my review reactions today with Aatrox. And I'll see you all at the end of the video. And I'll see you all later again today for the third review video. Have a good one. So we finished the champion strength. Let's open this one, open this one, open this one. Let's go all the way up to the wild mysticism. Actually, let's go a little bit more. Let's go. Ooh, okay. Let's go all the way to the Freljord Darkin. All right. Next card in our list is Trusty Ramhound. He said Demacia 1 mana 1/1 elite. The first time you summon another elite, grant me +2/+2. So this becomes pretty much a 1 mana 3/3 in elite package. It's alright. It's alright. It might be good enough to make it like it's good enough to make elites or not have like a really spammy board, but I don't think elites needed like more additional units to spam early on. Obviously, this has the elite tag itself, so if you have the Battlesmith, it's gonna become a 4/4, but it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Petricized Charger, 3 mana, Demacia, formidable. I don't take damage from enemy spells or skills. I like this. I like this a lot. It's pretty much a 3 mana 4/4, right? Because it has formidable. But it doesn't lose to like make it rains. It doesn't get damaged by any pings. So it's not taking damage from any spell or any skill. So it could be a really good way to stall people out. The problem with this is that formidable cards are not that strong, and obviously you still have Quietus to be able to kind of destroy this card. But it's still very good. I think it's still very good. I like it. It's a solid unit. It's a solid unit for 3 mana. Nothing else to say about it. 6 mana, Roar of Icathia. Wait, isn't Icathia... Well, I guess it could... I was going to say, like, isn't the Icathia stuff more like Jats? Why is this in Demacia? Slow speed spell, summon 2 Icathia Mirage, equipped with up to 2 equipment in hand that cost 2 or less. So for 6 mana, you get 2 Icathia Mirage, which is a 3/2, if I remember correctly. And it gets equipped automatically with 2 equipment that you have in hand. So you get to kind of cheat out the equipment in your hand. I don't like this card. I think this card is bad because it means that you have to have the equipment in your hand. I guess in certain decks it might be decent. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's good enough. And it's not a Weapon Master card, so it's not like you can play it with Jats decks unless you're playing Jats Demacia. So I think it's kind of like a little bit of a mean tier. We have Woolly Snail Moth. It's a 6 mana Freljord card with Overwhelm and Power. Empower 8 regeneration. We don't know what Empower is. We don't know what Empower is. Let's refresh Twitter, see if Riot has released the keywords. They haven't released the keywords. So we don't know what Empower is. Empower 8 gives a regeneration. So this is a 6 mana 6/6 with Overwhelm and potentially also regeneration. This is a nice stat line and it has Overwhelm, so there could be some interesting things that you can do here. I just need to know exactly what Empower 8 means. Maybe you need to have like a unit that has 8 power or a unit that has 8 health, or play a card. It wouldn't be like play, because like we already have Behold, right? Behold 8 is already good enough, but you never know. So let's leave this open in case we have a better idea of what Empower means, but we can't judge this about how easy it is. But assuming this is just a 6 mana Overworld regen, I still don't think it's good enough to see a lot of play. Poro, 1 mana Poro, another 1 mana Poro for Freljord. Howdy Poro, Empower 3, it gets Overwhelm. Okay, so we have Empower 8, we have Empower 3. Empower 3 gets Overwhelm, Regen, and Tough. So this Poro is gonna have 3 really good keywords. I guess Overwhelm and Tough are good. Regen is okay. Um, Pouty Poro because he doesn't want to take his medicine. Look how cute this Pouty Poro is. Again, we don't know what Empower is. Okay, so Empowered 8, Empowered 3, it has to do something with either how often... Oh, this is tough. We don't have the keywords yet. So I really have no idea. But I mean, the fact that you have different versions of it, Empowered 3 and Power 8, maybe means that you have played a 3-cost card. Maybe you have played an 8-cost card, is what I'm thinking. It can be hold it in your hand because that's just behold. I think it's just like you play it, or maybe you have summoned a unit that costs 3 or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out. And then we have Wild Mysticism. It's a 5-mana Freljord slow speed spell. Get an empty mana gem, summon a Feral Mystic. This is ramp. This is 5 mana, same cost as Catalyst. This is same cost as Catalyst. It's slow versus burst, so it can get stopped by a deny, or a Rite of Negation, or a Bando City denied, right? Instead of getting the heal, you get a unit. Now, the Feral Mystic is not like that strong. So if we go to Runeterra AR, let's go to Deck Builder. Feral Mystic is a 2/2, if I remember. Yes, it's a 2/2 that grows to be a 4/4. Lay it down once you hit turn 10, sorry, or you hit 10 mana gems. I think this is good. I think this is good enough just because it's another ramp, right? So it allows you to play 3 Wild Mysticisms and allows you to play 3 Catalysts of Eons and just fully ramp up to what you want to do. And having the unit is almost as good as having the heal, right? Because you're only healing 3 with Catalyst. The only downside with this guy is the fact that it's slow compared to burst speed. So I really like this. I think this card could be playable in a lot of ramp strategies, even in our Demacia ramp deck that you've seen before. Then we have another Poro card, Here to Help. It's a burst speed 2-mana spell from Freljord. Give an ally 3 health this round. If it's damaged, give it 2/3 instead. So this is a 2-mana, give 3 health. Why wouldn't I just play Elixir of Iron? Because I feel like the health is more important than the power. I'd rather just play Elixir of Iron for 1 mana. I don't think this card is good. I don't think this card is good. I guess if your unit is damaged, kind of works as a pseudo heal while giving it 2 power. I don't know. I don't think this is good enough to make the cut. That's all I can say about it. I think I'd rather just play Elixir of Iron. That gives me the same amount of health. It doesn't give me the power, but again, usually health ends up being more important than power anyways. And now we get to the Freljord Darkin equipment, and then we're going to talk about the Freljord Darkin herself. So the Darkin Spear, 2 health, 2 mana, 2 health. Grant attack. It's an attack. You have to attack. Grant the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1. So this is just Omen Hawk. On an equipment. Is that good enough? It's good enough in a Fizz Freljord strategy. So if you're trying to play like Freljord elusives, this could actually be really decent. You start buffing all your elusives on top of your deck by +1/+1. Could be pretty good. This could actually make its way in those kind of Fizz Freljord type of strategies. I don't hate it. Because I mean, you can put this on a Fizz, for example, and now the Fizz is gonna have 3 health, and you can attack every time with him because he's gonna have elusive a lot of times. Or you can put this on your Starlit Seer, and now your Starlit Seer has an extra 2 health, but then you have to attack with the Starlit Seer, which is always not great. But the idea is that you're gonna put this on an elusive, and you get to buff all your elusives up by +1/+1. Now, eventually you can spend 8 mana. Why are so many Darkin 8 mana, by the way? Why are so many Darkins 8 mana? Or 7, 8 mana, right? You have the Bando City Darkin is 8 mana, Ibaros is 9, Anaka is not gonna be 8. Okay, so 8 mana to play Anaka. I'm having a hard time visualizing this. This art is freaking me out. I guess these are the legs. And then he has like the spear. This art is freaking me out. Anyways, Anaka. Attack. From the top set cards of your deck, summon an attacking follower or non-champion Darkin and grant it +1/+1. Yes. You remember what I was just talking about? This is so good with elusives. This is so good with like a Fizz or like in general, just failure elusives. Because you're going to be summoning an elusive potentially from the top 6 cards of your deck that might have already gotten buffed up by Starlit Seer or any of your other, or the Spear itself. Comes out attacking and also is going to have a +1/+1. And this has enough stat line that unless the opponent commits a vengeance or like a flock or a scorched earth, she's going to probably attack, or they, I don't know why I just automatically assume that it's a she, they're going to attack probably twice, right? And get you another unit. So again, it's going to be really good if you can pull out an elusive, but this doesn't have a restriction. It doesn't say like a 3 cost or less unit. So you could also cheat out. You could also cheat out like a really big unit, like a really big overwhelm that's going to be coming down attacking. Or the fact that this says non-champion Darkin, and the Darkin in your deck are usually equipment. I wonder if it means that you can cheat out like the equipment obviously transform into the unit. Like, how does this work, right? Because the only Darkin cards that are non-champions are equipments, right? Am I wrong about that? Because everything else is like cultists, right? Everything else is going to be equipment. So what this is telling me is that this can also just cheat out an equipment transforming to the actual unit, because obviously the equipment cannot attack. So what if you have like an Anaka that comes out? I guess you might have missed the timing of the attack, so you might not be able to chain, but it's still very good because you could like cheat out like an Ibarus, for example. You can cheat out an Staratu, which are both really good units to be able to cheat out like that. This guy seems pretty cool. This seems very cool. Oh, I love this. There's gonna be some fun stuff with this. Oh, wow. I absolutely love this card. That's the only way that I read this second sentence. It doesn't make sense otherwise, because there's no other champion, not follower that's just a Darkin without the equipment. I love this. All right, let's move on. This video is going to be super long, by the way, because I'm spending so much time with each card. Okay, so this one is actually a token, so it's going to save us some time here. I guess let's open up all the tokens. It's just one card. Then we have here, and then we get the other Darkin. And let's go as far as Caustic Rift. All right, let's go a little bit more. Let's go through all the PNC cards before we hit a champion. Okay, so I'm going to stop at the PNC cards, because then we're going to go to Runeterra cards, which is probably going to reveal, obviously, Rise. So we almost close to our first champion. We're like already like 30 minutes into this video. We haven't even gotten to the first champion. I'm sorry, I talk a lot, but I hope you all enjoy this. Nabari Lontel. When a summon, it's a 3-mana Ionic card that costs 3/1. When a summon an Abhorrent Brigand or give other allies +1/+1 this round. So you can choose one or the other. So if you guys don't know what the Brigand is, ooh, I spelled Nabori wrong. The Nabori Brigand, oh, Runeterra has the new cards already. Wait, the Nabori Brigand is the card that gets summoned from the Highwayman. It's just a 1, it's a 1/2, right? Wait a second. Because when the Highwayman summon, okay, yeah, the Brigand is just a 1/2. But sometimes if the Highwayman is bigger, then it can summon, yeah, it can summon it higher, yeah. So this is either gonna summon a 1/2, a 3/1 with a 1/2 as well, or it's gonna give everything +1/+1. That's okay. That's all right. It's not anything crazy. Then we have Twin Wind Technique. It's a 4-mana slow speed spell. Pick a follower, summon an exact ephemeral copy of it. If it's an enemy, it's stunning. All right. This card is good. I don't know why it's good, but this card feels to me like it's good. For 4 mana, you can pick any follower, either yours or the opponent, summon an exact ephemeral copy of it, and in case that you pick an opponent's unit, you can stun it. But you know, in case that you wanted to just steal their, I guess it's in case that you just wanted to steal their ability, right? Wait, this is so good. This is so good. You can do so much things. You can do a couple of mean things with this. Not just mean, but maybe there's something that's the fact that it's 4 mana slow means that it might not be competitive. But there's some fun stuff that you can try out with this twin wind technique. Think of the 3 mana Shadow Out cards. Shoot, what's it called? It's 3 mana. It's a spell that brings an exact copy. No miscall, Splinter Soul. So this is like a a little bit more expensive Splinter Soul, except that it doesn't set your unit to 1/1. So potentially you could copy like a big Overwhelm unit. You copy a big Overwhelm unit and it still have the full stats. And that's why I think makes this card better than Splinter Soul, because you're not reducing your unit to a 1/1. So I think this is gonna be cool. I think this is gonna be cool and could create some crazy, some fun strategies. I just can't think of anything from the top of my head, but right off the bat, I think Overwhelm could be really crazy with this. Really big elusive could also be the case, right? We're in Ionia, so we could copy a really big elusive. Obviously, the idea here is that you want to copy something that has a lot of keywords. So that's also an option too. There's a lot of interesting strategies that we could get from this. So I'm curious to see how this goes. Then we have the Ionia Darkin, and we have the equipment right after. Let's start with the equipment first. It's a 2 mana, 1/0, no keywords. Darkin Fan. Attack. Summon an attacking Dragonlink. This is so good. I don't care that it has no health on this equipment. I think the fact that you can summon an attacking Dragonlink seems really decent to me. Especially think about like Ionia Shadow House. Like think of like a Hecarim ephemeral type of deck where you could have Soul, the 2 mana 2/3 that could potentially buff elusives. Then this comes out as a 3/2 already, and you could potentially use this to be able to continuously summon Shark Chariots as well as being able to steal heal. This Darkin Fence is really good to me. I like this. Summon an attacking Dragonlink seems really good to me. Alright, that's dope. Now let's see what he summons. You can spend 9 mana to summon the Breachwalker. The Breachwalker. Okay, the art on this one is kind of cool. Play, and when I transform, summon 2 ephemeral copies of me. Play, and when I transform. So either when you play her, or when you transform her, and when I transform, summon 2 ephemeral copies of me, grant 1 lifesteal, 1 challenger, and me elusive. So this is gonna come down as a 9 mana 5/4 over 3 bodies. So you're gonna have 3 units that are gonna be 5/4, 5/4, 5/4. One is gonna have lifesteal, one is gonna have challenger, and then obviously Pra herself or himself or they self have elusive. I don't know how to judge this. I mean, lifesteal is nice, right? Elusive is probably the most powerful keyword here. The fact that it says when I transform as well, maybe there's a way to transform this. Maybe there's a way to transform this. Why is that transform throwing me off? When I transform, that's throwing me off. If it was just play, this would be straightforward. But I'm trying to think of ways that you could transform this. Okay, I can't think of this one right now. This is interesting. I can't think of this whatsoever. This is very interesting. I like it. I think it's decent. Could be decent, but it is very expensive at 9 mana, so I don't know how good it's gonna be. We'll have to come back and reevaluate this one. Let me know if you all have any idea of what this can do. Then we have a 1-mana Naxos card, 2/2, Crimson Pigeon. Support. Deal 1 to my supported ally to grant me +1/+1. Oh! Wait, there is a grant? This card is busted. I can tell you right now that this card is busted. First of all, it's a 1-mana 2/2, which is already a pretty good stat line. Then you deal 1 to your supported ally to grant the pigeon another +1/+1. So as soon as you support anything, this is already going to be a 3/3. And guess what we can support? It's a Crimson Pigeon. So we have all the Crimson cards, right? We have all the Crimson cards that we could take advantage. By the way, I probably could go to Runeterra. It looks like the new cards are already out, but the fact that you can support any of this, so you get value from damaging your unit, while also getting +1/+1 on the pigeon itself. And if you have Skygrounds, then that +1, that damage doesn't even matter. I think this card is really good on the Skygrounds package. Could be really, really good. Let me actually quickly check if the cards, okay, the cards are here. The cards are in Runeterra AR. Woo! Okay, I'm still gonna use Mobalytics for now, maybe. Let me see. Yeah, because I don't want to mess up the order that we've already been looking at things. So I'm going to continue using Mobalytics for now, just because I already have an order, and then we'll go back to Runeterra. But anyways, I think this card is busted. And it's an auto-including Skyground deck. Now, it's only going to be as busted as the Skyground package ends up becoming. So that's the only downside to this card. That is going to be very reliant on how big the Skygrounds are. So we'll see. Then we have another, what I guess is support for Vladimir. It's crazy they're giving all this Vladimir support when they plan to rotate Vladimir in like 3 months. What is that about? You're going to rotate Vladimir, but you're going to give us one last hurrah before you rotate him? Reveler's Feast. Burst speed, 3 mana, deal 2 to an ally to give allies +2/+0 this round. Oh. This is good because you could go like wide enough with Skygrounds to then just push a ton of damage. Because the Skygrounds can easily go wide enough. Skyground can easily go wide enough. I don't know if this is worth the 3 mana though. Wait, but wait a second. Why am I just thinking Vladimir Skygrounds? You can use this on any aggro deck. It's like a better Vision. I guess Vision is Grant, right? Vision is forever. This one, you still have to deal 2 to one of your units. So unless you have something that has 3 health, you're sacrificing a unit in your board. Oh, I think, okay, this is good in Skygrounds, but I think this could also have the potential to be good in a deck that likes to go really wide and just go aggressive. I just don't know. And it's burst speed, so you can do it after, right? After the opponent has already committed their blocks. I have to think about what aggro decks can afford to just give up the 2 health and an ally. It could also be like an elusive deck, for example, like a Naxos Ionian elusive deck, and just buff with your elusive by +2 health. There's a lot of possibilities with this card. I think this card could also be good. I've jumped to the Vlad train right away because obviously Vlad is in the art, but this could be even better outside of Skyground decks. So pretty good there. Then we have PNC Caustic Rift, 3 mana fast speed spell with flow. Flow, it costs 1 less, so it will cost 2. Deal 1 to all enemies. 3 mana, deal 1 to all enemies, so it's kind of like an ice shard, except that you're not hitting your own board. And you're not hitting the Nexus either. Could be 2 mana as well. I don't know. It's hard to evaluate this. Could be interesting, but it's not targeting either, so it's not like leveling up your Ezreal. It could be good. I just don't think it's gonna be good enough. Right? Costing 1 less could be decent. It might just be a good spell to get, like randomly created, but not to main deck. But here we have a 2 mana spell that's going to be created by Seraphine, potentially, right? Because Seraphine creates 2 or less. And Core, burst speed 2 mana. Create a random new 2-cost spell in hand. Okay, so this is directly Seraphine support. Create a random 2 new cost spell in hand, reduce its cost by 2, and grant it fleeting. Create a random new 2-cost spell in hand. Reduce its cost by 2 and grant it fleeting. Okay. Why not just say create a... I guess it's just the wording. It's kind of the same thing as saying create a 0-cost, 2-cost spell in your hand. Okay, whatever. So you create a random 2-cost spell. So this is just advancing your Seraphine. This is just advancing your Catastrophe. Because you can just use this and create 2 cards. So it's kind of like playing the 2-mana spell that also creates like a random card in your hand from PNC. Except that this one is only committed to spells instead of actually having to worry about creating a unit. So it could be a little bit better in center situations. It's decent. It could be decent, again, in like a Turbo Cat. It's decent in Turbo Cat, in my opinion. So, could be okay. 3 mana, Acoustician. And we have the little ham here, hamster. So this is more Seraphine support. 3 mana, 2/3, strike, creating a random new 2-cost spell in hand. So, okay, so this is like just creating more random cards in your hand. Meh. I don't know. The fact that it requires for us to strike might not make it good enough to actually be good. So I think it's fine. Whatever. It's good. It's okay. It's okay. 2 mana, Cunning Kitten. 2 mana, 2/3. So it has the same stat line as the 3 costs that we saw earlier. When I summon, if I was created, draw 1 and grant me +2/+1. When I summon, if I was created, so the first one that you commit on this doesn't give you this ability. It's just going to be a 2 mana, 2/3. But if you have something like Iterative Improvement, then you can summon a 3/4 cat that will draw you 1 and also become a 5/5 for 2 mana. It becomes a 5/5 for 2 mana with Iterative Improvement while also drawing you a card. Is that good enough? Is that good enough to have this Cunning Kitten be good? Is there any other way to copy this? I mean, there's probably other ways to copy this, right? I'm only thinking of Iterative Improvement right away. Is there a world where like the Cunning Kitten Printer actually makes sense as a deck? I don't know, but it's probably something that Snowy's gonna try. So you all let me know if Snowy comes up with something, or Sunny comes up with something that actually makes sense with this Cunning Kitten. But I'm kind of coming up short here. You have to like have a way to reliably print this, and then after you print it multiple times, it's gonna come down as a 4/4 and also draw you another card. Could be decent. Could be decent. Let's move on to Aatrox. Let's pull up all the Aatrox cards. This is going to be another Origin, right? This is going to be another Origin, so I need to be careful. And then we go to some Shadow Out cards. Okay, so we have the Aatrox package here that we're going to talk through. Let's move this over to the side. Let's do the same thing. Let's start with the Aatrox Origin, just like we did with Rise. And kind of go from here. World Ender. You may put any non-champion Darkin into your deck during deck building. This means you can put any one of the equipment. Once you have played or summoned 3 different other Darkin, draw Aatrox. This is bad. I'm sorry, I'm giving you my honest first reactions, and I don't like this. Barrows and Kane are better because the Cultist cards, there's a lot of good Cultist cards. The fact that you cannot play Cultist with Aatrox unless you're also playing Kane or Barrows feels bad. Like, I wish that this said Darkin and Cultist and just have Aatrox do everything. I guess if they did that, then what's the reason of playing Barrows or Kane, right? Yeah, you're right. We need to have a purpose for Barrows or Kane to exist. So Aatrox gonna have that. So this is letting me play every Darkin card, right? So this is letting me play every Darkin. So that's gonna be mostly all the equipments, right? So this is gonna be all the equipment. Filter, get rid of the spells. Because it's non-champions. It's non-champions. So it's just letting me play all the equipment, all the Darkin equipment, and then be able to summon them as like units. I haven't seen that. I just got spoiled of a card I haven't talked about yet. So interesting, interesting. You can play any non-champion Darkin. So this you're gonna play, yeah, you're gonna play every equipment, which is not bad, right? Horace is a good equipment. You can play, do some fun stuff with Stirasu. So we see that, and then let's actually talk about Aatrox. It's a 6 mana 5/5. Origin, the World Ender. Auto equip the Darkin Blade. Cool. When I summon or strike, heal your Nexus 2. And create a World Ender in hand if you don't have one. You have played World Ender. Wait a second. So the only way for Aatrox to level up is for us to play a 13 mana spell. Okay. I needed to read it. Slow speed spell, World Ender. Reduce my cost by 1 for each time an equipped or Darkin ally, so it could be an equipped ally or just a Darkin ally by itself, has struck this game. Assimilate allies equipped with Darkin. Assimilate? Assimilate. Another new keyword that we don't know about yet. Let's refresh Twitter. Let's refresh Twitter and see if Riot has given us an answer. Nope. No keyword answer just yet. No, nothing in the response. So we don't have an answer for what the keyword is yet. But we can kind of assimilate. I would guess like put all together all the ones that have like equipped with Darkin. That's so bad because we can't really tell how strong this is without knowing what assimilate means. Is there a chance that the Reddit already has the keywords? Let's take a look at Reddit. I need to have this keyword. I need to have this keyword. It doesn't have it. Doesn't have the keyword. Doesn't have the keyword. Okay. Simulate World Ender. Cool. We do World Ender. Rise will level up. And then Rise becomes big. I mean, sorry, not Rise. Aatrox level up. And then Aatrox become Big Boy Aatrox. 6 mana, 9/9 with Overwhelm. Auto equip the Darkin Blade. Darkin allies cost 5 less. When I summon or strike, heal your Nexus 2. Okay, so same heal, Nexus, whatever. Darkin ally costs 5 less. Now we know why all the Darkins are so expensive, because they get to discount to 3 or to 4 or even to 5 in terms of with Tarush. This also works with the Darkin champions, right? Kayn and Varus. So let's look at the Darkin Blade. I keep like ignoring the fact that we have the Darkin Blade. Darkin Blade is just a 1/1 regen. Okay, so 1/1 regen. So Aatrox is gonna have, and let's get rid of Reddit. Aatrox is gonna have 1/1 regen and Overwhelm. So Aatrox is gonna come down as a 6/6 with regen, and then here's gonna be a 10/10 with Overwhelm and regen. Aatrox Death Sweep is the spell from Aatrox. Aatrox and an enemy strike each other. Create Deathbringer Slash in hand. Create Aatrox in your deck. So the only way to get this Deathbringer Slash is through the Aatrox Deathbringer Sweep. The enemy and Aatrox strike each other, and the slash is fleeting, fast. Aatrox and an enemy strike each other, create Deathbringer Descent in hand. Oh wait, they just go back and forth? They just cycle? They just cycle? Oh no, it's a different one. It's a different one that I didn't do, right? So pretty much Aatrox gets 3 strikes. Deathbringer Descent. So he gets to strike 3 times. It's like in League of Legends, right? So the sweep does the first strike. Then for 2 mana, you strike again with slash. And then for 1 more mana, you strike again with Descent. So if you get to play all 3 of them, you pretty much get to play triple single strike. Except that Aatrox has regen, so obviously it can potentially survive. But it's still going to be very tough for Aatrox to fully take advantage of all 3 slashes without any other supporting elements. Yeah, without any other supporting element, it looks a little bit risky. How do I feel about Aatrox? I need to know what assimilate means. I need to know what assimilate means to understand the power level of World Ender. But Aatrox in a vacuum by himself doesn't seem that crazy to me. Right? Doesn't seem that crazy to me. There's a lot of things you need to do to actually be able to level up Aatrox. Because the World Ender, you require a lot to be able to actually reduce this card. I guess it counts retroactively, right? Because it says, so the thing about World Ender is that it says each time an ally, a equipped ally of Darkin has struck this game. So even if you create the World Ender super late, it's already going to account for every time you struck. So this is probably going to come down as like 6 cost, 5 cost spell. Then you use it, and then you level up Aatrox. And Aatrox just says play. So even if the World Ender gets denied, Aatrox still levels up. And then it becomes a 10-10 with Regen and Overwhelm. I still don't think it's enough. I think the biggest thing is the fact that his level 2 ability, right? Being able to discount all your Darkin is kind of crazy. Because he makes your route cost 0, right? Because it's discounting everything by 5. So now your route cost 0. I don't think you're still playing Naganeka. Solani goes down to 1. Tarosh goes 5. Ballots is whatever. Your route goes 0. Priya probably don't have enough board space for it. Istaratsu is probably the best one. It becomes a 3 mana. Ooh. Horasi is really good. Becomes 3 mana. Ibaros as well. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. If Aatrox is good, it's just gonna be because of his level up and not because of anything else, which is fair, right? Sometimes cards are just good because of their level up. So that's kind of like a redundant thing to say. So yeah, so nuts. These champions are all so good. So let's go ahead and just jump to the rest of the cards and go from there. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's reveal video on Aatrox. I'm glad that you all have joined us so far in this journey as we react to everybody, all the new champions that have been revealed. And you will find us all again in about 8 to 10 hours or so, or 6 hours. I still haven't decided how I'm going to break down each of the videos for the last of the review reactions, where we get to talk a little bit about Kale. So I'll see you all later, and hope you enjoyed this review reaction today. Have a good one.